What's up, guys? It's Alexander. I am post ballet at the moment, and the topic of conversation that has come up, I was asked by a young gentleman as to how do you go about finding a mentor. So, good question. Let's define it a little bit. How do you go finding a mentor? What is mentorship? Mentorship is fundamentally, it's leadership. You're going to have someone that's going to be a leader for you. They're going to be a guide. They're going to be a teacher. I'd say probably guidance is the most accurate definition. So a mentor is a guide of some kind. They're going to teach you some things. How do you go about finding a mentor? Good question, and like all things, it's context. You have to ask yourself, if you think you need a mentor, what is it that you're looking for? You have to define that. Are you just looking for a mentor? Love your email today. Thanks, brother. Thank you. I spent a lot of time on that email. But back to the point. If you're looking for a mentor, define what you're looking for. Are you looking for somebody that just is going to be an example for you? Not necessarily where they're teaching you, I'm a sister, your Avi's a dude. You might want to change that, but you're very welcome, sister. If you're looking for a mentor, do you want someone that's just an example for you in regards to just, how to be a man? That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a personal relationship with them in that case. That's just someone that you follow. Maybe you follow, like my favorite guy online is probably Ed Latmore. You follow Ed Latmore. Ed's a mentor. He's an example of a great man that's trying to be great. Okay, so that's your mentor. Awesome. Are you looking for a mentor though that you want to go into business with? It's someone that you want to learn directly from. In that case, then you're going to have to probably establish a relationship, and then you're probably going to have to pay. There's going to have to be some buy and some value provision. The issue with mentorship that I see for a lot of, let's say, young guys and girls is that you want someone to help you, but you don't necessarily have a lot to offer to them. So when you're thinking about, finding a mentor in some capacity or another, where you want someone, you want to work with somebody directly, you have to consider what is it that you're going to do for them. A lot of you guys that have followed me for a while, you know that I have, a relationship with Mike Cervich. I wrote for a site in the past. I presented at one of his seminars, XYZ. How did I make a relationship with Mike happen? I followed Mike for a few years. I commented on, Danger and Play back when he was on there a lot more. I promoted Danger and Play a lot, online. I tweet about it, Facebook it, etc., etc. And, over time, he noticed we had, dialogue interaction. I never asked Mike, hey, Mike, give me a break. Hey, Mike, tweet my stuff. Hey, Mike, I want to speak at your thing. I never asked him any of that. I've never asked anything of Mike. Our relationship grew organically because we connected over some mutual things. We had some, we have some ways we're similar to each other. Obviously, there's a reason that I identify with the guy. And then over time, our relationship coalesced. So would he be a mentor? Yes. But how did he become a mentor? Well, he became a mentor because I provided some value to him initially in the fact that I wanted to promote his brand because I believed in it. I believed in him. And that goes, kind of for anything. If you're looking for a mentor, whether it be in the physical world, real life, or online in the digital world, what are you going to do for this person? It can't be about what they are going to do for you. And so for a lot of you guys that want mentors, oftentimes this is not, punitive. Oftentimes you want someone to essentially lead you through things and tell you what to do, and maybe in your mind you're going to partake in their success, which is all right, but fundamentally that's fairly selfish. No one has any reason to give you a break. Nobody has any reason to talk to you. No one has any reason to help you. I help you guys out a lot. I answer a lot of messages, and I do those things on my own time, because I want to. And this goes for anybody. If you're messaging somebody and you want them to be a mentor to you, what are you going to do for them? Maybe you're going to pay them monthly. That's why I have coaching clients. Maybe you're going to provide them a service. You're going to swap something. But you have to have something that you are going to do for them that can be evaluated. You have to provide value in some fashion or another. So, finding a mentor, what's, the fundamental, or what, at least probably one of the fundamental roots of it. What are you going to do for the mentor in question? I'm going to order coffee now, so you're going to have to wait.
Hi there, can I get for you?
How you doing? Can I get a grande cold brew?
Okay.
And then just black iced coffee. And then 2 packets of equal in that.
So just a grande cold brew with 2 equals?
Yep.
All right, anything else?
That'll be all.
$3.45, thank you.
Excellent, thank you. All right, we're back. So any questions about that, gentlemen and ladies? And yep, exactly 5 minutes. Everything's always 5 minutes. As I think more about this, finding a mentor, and defining it out, you do have to define it out. Stretch before, after workout. Generally after. Absolute must do for all men. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, the other thing with finding a mentor on a more meta level, thank you, Sam, for mentioning that. For the young men listening to this, and I know my audience is mostly men, guys, if you don't have a really good father figure, you don't have a figure of masculinity in your life, you don't have someone you can say that, not that you want to be that guy, but I want to be like him, or I want to, aspire to, model his energy, model his ambition, etc. If you don't have any masculine role models like that, you're going to have to find them somewhere in the world. You have to find them, period. Whether it's online, in person, some combo of both, either or, you need that. There's very, very, very few men, I really don't think any men at all, that can make their way through life and have no models of any kind. Everyone joining mailing list. Join the mailing list. I just talked about masculinity this morning, or late last night, I guess. But you need a model of masculinity for yourself. You cannot learn it of your own accord inherently. That energy is in you. It is, but it must be brought out of you by something. You, Jay Campbell, Tom, I don't follow Tom, Mike Walsh, or East We're to follow some of those guys. Jordan Peterson. Yeah, Jordan Peterson. I love Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson is like basically everyone's grandfather at this point. Jordan Peterson is a man. He's a father. He's a teacher. He has the magician archetype down to a T. I was smoking by the end. I don't even smoke. It was that good. That's awesome. But you need to find a man like that. And it needs to be somebody, they don't have to be, hyper accomplished. And some of you guys, you talk about, finance a lot, money. Obviously, if you want to model yourself with somebody, your finances, your financial mindset, that's going to be an aspect of it. If it's your aspiration to have a lot of money and be a millionaire, be a billionaire, yeah, well then learn from people that are that way. Who are your mentors or masculine figures? In my life, my buddy Jay Campbell, definitely. I look up to Jay. I have great love for Jay. Mike Cernovich, same thing. I have a lot of this deep admiration and love for Cernovich. I take a bullet for both those men. Who else? Jordan Peterson. Yeah, that's another one. I love Jordan Peterson, another man that I would put my life on the line for, literally. Beyond that, other men that I've learned from, James Altucher is a great guy. Ivan Throne, Dark Triad man, controversial individual, but I believe in his mission. I believe what he's about. He's very authentic. Ed Latmore is one of my favorite people, by far. I love Ed. Who else in the general, I guess say the spear, the man of spear. Drew, alpha male father figure. He's a great guy. Rollo Tomasi. Rollo's a given that he's the kind of the godfather of all this, so to speak. So there's lots of men. I think probably lots of guys that you guys know yourselves. What I look for when I'm looking for somebody that is a mentor in that fashion is Illimitable Man. That's another one. Artful, Pat. What I'm looking for is this a man that can teach me something? Is this a man that has me beat in some fashion or another, in a good way? I'm not looking for equals. I'm not looking for a guy that, I'm just like him. I want someone that is above me, beyond me in some fashion or another. Gary Coleman from Different Strokes. That's hysterical. No, not fucking Gary Coleman. No, God, I don't know why it made me laugh. But you're looking for somebody that has, I don't want to say surpassed you. You're looking for somebody that is on another level, far, far above you, and can delineate that path for you as well.
Hi there, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good, 3:45.
Yep.
1:55.
Awesome, thank you.
Have a good one.
No problem. So finding a mentor as a man, you need that masculinity. Since masculinity is like all things in life, it's a mimetic energy. Mimetic meaning, referring to the term meme, and that we, as human beings, we model our behavior and learn our behavior and, become ourselves by way of observing, the world around us. If you put a person into a vacuum, so to speak, in a blacked out room or, somewhere with no people at all and raise them in complete isolation, well, you wouldn't be raising them, but left them in complete isolation, they wouldn't know how to act or behave. They'd be feral. They would. That's happened with, that's been well documented with cases of feral children where they're raised literally by animals. They grow up in the wild. They have no means at all to communicate normally at all. They literally regress to like a state of animalism. So, what does that mean for becoming a person? What does that mean for becoming a human being? Well, it means that you need to be around people, you need to follow people, you need to learn from people. You need to have teachers, you need to be willing to have teachers. And they need to be teachers that, like I said, are upstanding individuals. You do not want to learn from a crowd, you don't want to learn from commonality, you don't want to learn from the masses. You don't want to learn off of what everyone else is doing. It should be your purpose and part of your mission to distinguish yourself in some fashion from the milieu of people that surround you and stand out. That is the definition of being. That defines your boundaries. That gives you some form and some uniqueness in a world that is oftentimes very much the same. So, I'm talked out, I think, on the subject. Richard Jewell from the 1996 Olympics. I have no idea who that is. Questions at all? Or any comments? Whatever. Yeah, for those of you guys who are on the email list, and hopefully all of you are, I sent out a very long email this morning about the defining characteristics of masculinity that makes a man attractive. Also in one's own brand, find the ones best for what you do, reach out, serve the mentor. Yeah, find people that you identify with. I know it sounds very remedial, but oftentimes there can be a tendency, especially for younger guys, where maybe you encounter somebody and they're very different, disparate from you. You would not model yourself on them per se, but you admire them just because they have a sense of bravura and charisma to them. But that doesn't mean you're going to be like them. So there's all different kinds of people in the world. There's all different kinds of men. There's many different kinds of good and upstanding men. So find men that you can identify with that can give you some. Find men that you have some internal recognition with and some similarity to, where they'll be a good role model in that fashion. If you're not bombastic by nature, if you're not bombastic, you're not loud, and you're not bull in a china shop. Let's say like myself, where I probably might not be the best model for some guys. I don't expect everyone to be like me. That's not my goal. I want you to be like you, and what you are and what I am, probably two very different things, and that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, the email, as I was saying, I think that probably defined masculinity pretty well. Your email was so sultry, I started having contractions, I'm not even pregnant. And the email was that good that it gets women pregnant. That good, apparently. You guys crack me up. So have we any thoughts at all? I'll keep this going until I get home. How about finding a barber? Why would I do that? A lion is supposed to have a mane. That's why it's a lion. Otherwise, it's just another cat. Jealousy, shaking my head. You guys always have questions about it. There's always hair or chest hair. That's everything. Whenever I'm in a wife beater, it's always chest hair. You have chest hair. Yes, I have chest hair. I always wonder if any of you have ever actually seen a man before. Captain Von Trapp, Sound of Music. I haven't seen that in I don't think ever. I think I might have watched that when I was in 4th grade. I have longer and better hair. I find that highly doubtful. Highly, highly, highly doubtful. Questions, yes, no, maybe so, ladies and gentlemen. Is Cernovich your mentor? Cernovich is a mentor. I don't have a primary mentor, honestly. I have a number of men I learned from. Is switching up your deadlift grip beneficial? It can be. You should be able to pull both sides, but at maximal strength levels, you're probably going to have a side that you favor. I look like Jon Snow. Yeah, I only watched the first 2 seasons of that, but I didn't really care for that actor at all. It's kind of soy. What would you say your primary mentor role model is? I don't have one. I don't have one. If I had to say, I guess pick a person that I really, like in terms of right now at this point in my life, Jordan B. Peterson. But I've gone through different mentors over the last few years. So I could name men going back 5-6 years like I said, as my life has evolved, as I have evolved as a man, whom I look up to and look towards to, that changes. Why is your hair greasy? Well, it's hairspray. It's I tie it back and then spray it so it doesn't fall out while I'm dancing. So you don't want whipping me in the face. Yeah, finding a mentor doesn't mean you have to pick a person for the rest of your life. It just means you need to pick a person for the stage of life that you are at. If you do things, I think, correctly, you do things properly, your mentors will change. 2 books you'd say are the most influential in your life. Okay, 2, these are both fiction. Shogun by James Clavell, and then Shantaram by, I want to say, David Gregory Roberts, or Gregory David Roberts. I might be mixing up. I might be a little bit dyslexic with the name, but those 2, Shogun and Shantaram, probably my 2 favorite fiction books. In terms of just having an impact upon my psyche and my personal development. My mentor shouldn't be driving and scoping. Well, luckily, your mentor is immortal, so I cannot die. Not unless I, get into a fight with another Highlander, and then we, have to duel it out. One of us has to get beheaded. But so far, I am winning all those. I've won all those battles, obviously, since I'm still here. Finding a mentor, should they be a representation of what you want to be later in life? Yes, you want to find somebody that is at a point way beyond you that you would like to be at. Exactly that. Simple example, let's say real estate. You're going to go into real estate. I'm studying for a real estate license right now to share personal details with you. So you're going to go into real estate. You want to, be successful at real estate. Well, what should you do? Well, find someone that's really successful. Find a successful realtor, broker, who has, prospered greatly, and go work for them. There, perfect example of, finding a mentor. It can be that easy. Hopefully they're a person, obviously, you want to get along with and identify with, X, Y, Z, but you're finding someone that's done something that you haven't done and would like to do. That's all. That's literally it on a very most basic level. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? If you're just hopping on the Periscope cast or scope, whatever the hell you call these, question has already been answered, so if you want to ask anything, feel free to ask. This is open Q&A at this point. What do you think of Wall Street Playboys? I like Wall Street Playboys. They post very cutting information. The book efficiency was really good. So they got a snarky account. They're cool. I don't know who they actually are, but they've been a valuable source of information. Their book's actually a very excellent book, Efficiency, if you want something that shows you how to live life most financially effectively and maximize the value of your time. When does the book drop? Mine? December. It'll be December, the first one. All right, guys. Good talk. Talk to you all again. Stay safe.